know what's going on. Check after this done.
So very close to us, just in front of those armored vehicles over there. We're hoping that this is under control. We're hoping that those suspects are in custody or
We're following a developing situation out of Jersey City, New Jersey, where at least 3 people, including a police officer, were killed in a shooting. 2 shooters were reportedly firing at people from a convenience store. Police said in a radio transmission that they were shooting at, quote, anyone they saw. Authorities say that both shooters were found dead inside the store, along with 2 other victims. Bystanders described the chaos earlier, saying that the gunfire sounded like fireworks. Here's what the scene sounded like. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy tweeted earlier saying, quote, I have every confidence in our law enforcement professionals to ensure the safety of the community and resolve this situation. Today reminds us of their bravery and their sacrifices they and their families make for our communities.
You certainly get the sense of what people are facing right now on that street. We heard that one woman say, hey, this is a tough neighborhood. We occasionally hear a gunshot. She said, but nothing like this. And that goes double for what Alice and what Hazel said. Well, literally, they said they were driving into the scene and they could hear shots from a few blocks away. Alice made the good point that the tricky thing about shots, particularly in a location like this with a lot of buildings, some taller, some shorter, is that you don't particularly know where they're coming from.
Exactly.
There are echoes. Are the bullets coming from here? Is it coming from there? Which direction are the bullets heading? So wise to tell everyone, just stay away from the location.
Absolutely. And Carlos, the gentleman that Alice spoke to, was talking about how he saw a bullet hit a house. That's another issue that they're dealing with, is with law enforcement, to evacuate people from the immediate area. He said that he was told to stay inside his store, and they locked the store for the moment before, until it was safe for them to kind of retreat. And then the woman that Hazel spoke to, she's a mom. It is school time right now. The schools in the area are on lockdown. Staff, students, thankfully they are safe, but parents are wanting to go pick up their kids. You know, when they hear something like this happening, they're wanting to go pick up their kids, but the advice is stay away from the area. The staff, they have protocols in place to keep the children safe. The best thing that you can do is just to kind of leave them there in school and stay away from the area until further notice.
Now, we should point out, we were interviewing a few people who were telling some stories there, and we often know in breaking news, the first casualty of breaking news story is literally knowing exactly what the truth is. We can never be quite sure. Some people hear things, they repeat things, but you had pointed out a U-Haul truck in that area, and then this other woman pointed out that she thought perhaps that there had been either weapons or people coming out of that vehicle. It's just not clear right now, but people say things. We're not 100% sure to how to piece it all together now, because we're literally on the ground here, where police are trying to do this from the perspective of 30,000 feet. In the meantime, just to give you an idea of all the assets on the ground, we have New Jersey State Police, Jersey City Police Department, also police assets from the K-9 unit, the bomb unit, Marine Services, aviation, field ops, tactical patrol, central security, traffic, and in the Emergency Response Bureau. So you can just imagine, and we are told that the FBI is also assisting in this case. One of the things the FBI does very well in the area of, if there is a known gunman, if there's a picture of the person, if they know who they're dealing with, they can track them very quickly and often get a photo out very quickly. At this point, it's likely that the photos don't matter. They apparently know where these people are. It's just a matter of what to do next. Do you engage or not engage? Do you wait them out? How many weapons do they have? How much ammunition do they have? They're certainly using a lot of it, but they must be very confident that they have a lot of it. So these are all decisions the police have to make. You just saw a few moments ago when the police were escorting those people out. Also a potentially dangerous move, but they felt, obviously, that those people were in such a life-threatening situation that they had to get them out there. Now, we heard those pieces of tape. We haven't heard, at least live in the last 10 or 15 minutes, any gunfire. So at least for now, the situation got a little quiet. Alice Gaynor was on the scene a few moments ago, and she was saying it had calmed down a bit. We don't know what that means. We don't know whether perhaps the gunmen are laying back for a little bit, or perhaps, and one other thing we don't know is if the police officers were firing their weapons back, because that's always a tricky situation.
Everyone, I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. We begin with that Jersey City shootout and word from the mayor that there is reason to believe the location attacked was targeted.
The violence began at Bayview Cemetery off Garfield Avenue, where officers confronted two suspicious individuals. The suspects fired shots and took off in a U-Haul van and wound up about a mile away at a kosher grocery store on Martin Luther King Drive.
And that is where we sent our team of reporters who watched this chaos unfold for hours, many of them hearing the rapid-fire gunshots themselves.
Our team coverage begins tonight with Alice Gaynor live at the scene. Alice.
Maurice and Christine, when we arrived on scene earlier this afternoon, we heard at least 100 gunshots ourselves. Tonight, Jersey City police say there are 3 crime scenes. The first, the cemetery nearby where the officer was shot and killed. The second crime scene, the kosher supermarket located in the distance over there. And the third crime scene, they say, the stolen U-Haul van the suspects were in. The rapid fire of hundreds of gunshots pierced the air in Jersey City Tuesday afternoon.
It's too late for that. We already received a second fire.
Police say it all started around 12:30. At Bayview Cemetery, officers thought 2 individuals looked suspicious and engaged them. Detective Joseph Seals with the ceasefire unit was shot and killed. The suspects in a stolen U-Haul van took off to nearby J.C. Kosher supermarket where they shot at officers.
It was like a war zone. Bow, 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 bow.
You can literally hear the gunshots coming out from this side of the road and also down the road behind us. It was just really crazy.
We set up a tactical advantage, continued to take gunfire for hours. 2 more police officers were hit. 1 sustained a injury to the shoulder. 1 sustained another injury to the body.
We're all out here. We've heard shots. No.
You hear it? You see? It's crazy.
Residents looked on for hours as numerous first responders rushed to the scene from neighboring cities and towns.
They shot the cop, yo. They shot the cop.
Video posted to Twitter shows an officer possibly injured on the ground behind an SUV. Another officer helps as they both run for cover. Nearby, the hospitals and schools were put on lockdown. The NYPD bomb squad and ESU were here looking at the stolen U-Haul. In the air, drones and police helicopters surveyed the area. When it was all over, hours after it began, 6 people were dead. 5 in the supermarket, including the 2 shooters, and 3 innocent people caught in the middle.
Jersey City is a strong and resilient community. Tomorrow, we will think of those lost, and in their names, we will think of how we can ensure that this doesn't ever happen again.
Tonight, the mayor of Jersey City tweeting that officials do believe the suspects were targeting the kosher supermarket there in the distance. Meantime, he says residents in the city can expect to see an increase in police presence. He also believes there is no further threats to the city. We're live tonight in Jersey City. Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.